Hey guys, so tonight we are going to do a tutorial on this look right here. This was inspired from the years of wearing it in middle school and high school. This was my signature look that I wore almost every single day and would touch up every single class period. I was definitely known as the makeup girl throughout school because I was always caught doing my makeup 10 to 15 minutes before the bell would ring in class. I just became really obsessed with it, and it wasn't until after high school I realized I really wanted to focus on doing makeup. I do a little bit of special effects as well. It's one of my favorite things to do. I just recently moved because I just got married, so I haven't really had time to pull out any of my special effects, but I will be sure to have a video very shortly of how to do just a basic scar. So stay tuned for that. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you would like to see how I got this look, then please continue watching. Let's get started. My eyes are already primed and my eyebrows are already done. I never used to prime my eyelids before I did this makeup look. I didn't really know much about it when I did this look in middle school and high school. So as some of the new things that I've learned, I decided to prime my eyes, and that's what I do now. Not always, but when I'm doing dark colors, I do a lot of priming on it just because I want the colors to stay, and I feel like when you do that and you set it with a powder, the colors will hold easier because your eyelids won't be as oily as they would be if you didn't prime it. So the colors that I'm going to use tonight are, let me see here. I got like 1,000 Morphe palettes just because they're so pigmented and I like absolutely love them. I want to, you know, it's like a library in here with colors. So we're gonna use this palette right here. This one is the 35P palette. So I'm going to use that, and we're gonna be incorporating a lot of these dark purple shades in here. As you can see, those are some of the ones that I use a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with that. What we're going to do, we're gonna start with this shade right in here, and that's gonna be our base color. I'm going to take a brush. This one is the Morphe M513 brush, and I am going to just take it and swipe along the eyelid. I've definitely learned some new techniques when applying this look. The way I used to do it was like with those little, I don't even know. Ooh, there's one in here. So I used to use this L'Oreal Studio Secrets eyeshadows. This was like my ride or die. I would go to Walgreens and stock up on this particular color because I love this color so much. Sorry, my hands were like really dry, stressed out, okay? Anyways, so I used to apply it with this. I never used brushes, just these, blended with these. I don't use those anymore. Anyway, so back to what we were doing. Take some of that and just kind of come up here. I used to wear my eyeshadow really high. And then I'm gonna flick outward, soften that a little bit. I'm gonna just do the one eye so you can see how to do it, and then I'll just go ahead and throw it on the other eye. I'm gonna come back in and blend it. I'm gonna take my hand and just kind of press over and soften that again. All right, now we're gonna take this color here. Do I want that color? Yes, I do. I want that color. We're gonna take this color here, not sure what it's called, but it's that one. And we're gonna go over top of what we just did, and we're gonna build on that. And we're not gonna dip back into it. We're just gonna try and use all the product that we picked up. And we're gonna swipe back and forth. And I'm kind of rocking it. If you notice, I go like that, kind of hugging in it. Start from here and hug right in here because that's where we want most of our product to sit, to add a little bit more dimension. And then we're gonna flick upward a little bit. Take our finger and just swipe it along. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go above here, that color that I just used, and we're gonna use this dark color right there. And we're gonna go on top of that. And that's about that much product, but we're gonna flick it off a little bit. And then we're gonna, that's gonna poke me in the eye hole. Okay, then we're gonna take it and just kind of press it along the actual lid, and then we'll swipe it. All right, let me get another brush to blend it. This one is the Crown C511 brush, and we're gonna just come in here and soften it. It has a little product on it, but it's like the same color as the one that I put on there, so that'll be okay. And then normally I would use this L'Oreal shade here. Morphe has that color similar in here. So this one here. So what I'm going to do is take this brush here, which is that C511, and I'm gonna just pick up a little bit of that product. So like this much. When I say a little bit, I grab the entire thing. And I'm gonna just press it right along here. And I might have to get a little bit more of a edgier, pointier brush, which I have here, which is the Morphe 562. And I'm gonna go in there and take some of that product. And I'm gonna just come right in here and soften that line. Look at all this fallout, eh? All right, now what I'm gonna do is take that same brush, that C511, and come up here and soften this. And then take my finger and kind of pull and press and pull, I mean. And then what I'm gonna do is get all that fallout off. It's my last one, no. I'm gonna get all this fallout. Why do I look like I got punched in the face? All right, so now that we have that color in there like that, I'm gonna go back in with a little bit of that purple shade, and I am going to darken up. We'll go back in with this color right here, this purple one. And I'm gonna go back in and just kind of darken up this inner corner here where it looks a little choppy. So we're gonna press and windshield wiper forward, and then press and then swipe forward. But then I'm also gonna take this again with that red color and come back over. So we're kind of just mixing it together. And then what I'm gonna do is, this is not something I did back in the day, scoop my brush in there, and then I'm gonna spray it with some Fix Plus. And this is gonna kind of give it a more metallic-y look. And we'll dip back in, yes. And we'll just kind of feather it out, because we are gonna go back in and reblend it with some purple. And just kind of soften that line there. And go back in with a little bit of that purple and just soften the edge of where we feathered it out. If you hear my music in the background, I'm watching that 70s show. It's like my background noise of life right now. And if we wanted to, we could add a little bit more. I used to coat my eyelids in like this orange color by the L'Oreal shade. Because I know now that I can spray a brush after I put eyeshadow on it with the Fix Plus or any setting spray, because it has glycerin, so it's gonna make it stick a lot better. I no longer use this because, I mean, as you can see, let me just show you the difference here. So I have a clean finger. This is the L'Oreal. That's what that looks like. Versus the Morphe. See the difference? With no Fix Plus or no setting spray on it at all. This is so much more pigmented, and that's why I prefer to use the newer eyeshadows that I've been introduced to. So that just works best for me. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of a, where are you? I wanna feather out, I guess I'll use this brush again. No, where are you, brush? I'm gonna use this one here, which is the Crown C512, and I'm gonna take this light color from Victoria Beauty, which is this one here, and I am going to just take a little bit on my brush here, like about that much, tap it, And then I'm gonna just highlight this top area right here. And then we're gonna take some of that purple again and we're just gonna flick it up. So I don't wanna see a harsh line. I want it to kind of melt into that purple color. So that's that, and we'll just kind of soften this inner corner with our finger, just a little bit. Just focus, and then we'll just add a little bit of this purple color on top of some of that orange, just to kind of give it like a rainbow ombre effect. We'll just lightly feather that purple on top. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and go in with some liquid liner on top, and we're just gonna do a light little line. We don't want to do anything heavy, no winged out. That's not how I wore my makeup back in the day. So we're just gonna lay it across the top as close as we can get to our lash line, and just like that. We'll kind of go a little bit closer on the lash line, just like that. And this is how dark actually, it was a lot darker. This is how dark I did my liner. Like, I went full on goth in middle school and high school. We're gonna smoke this out, but I like to do that after I've done my full face. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye, and I will be right back. All right, so both eyes are done now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and go in with some foundation. First, I'm gonna cover up my pores with this NYX pore filler. Take a little bit of that, and I put it right all over the nose, right in here where my pores are ginormous, and underneath, along my chin, forehead. And tonight I'm gonna be using the Milani Conceal and Perfect foundation here. So I'm gonna take a little bit of her Prep and Brighten Rose Face Oil and just kind of chug it along. Whoop. Whoa. Chug it along my face. Then I'm gonna take my beauty sponge and just kind of press it into my skin. I know I look a little weird, but to think at one point this is how I used to wear my makeup, like just eyeshadow and then like eyeliner and no like face product at all. That's just weird and gross at the same time. To think back, this is literally how I left the house. Not okay. All right, so what we're gonna do now is put a little bit of, my phone is blowing up, a little bit of foundation, or a lot of bit of foundation, and just kind of put that all over the skin. All right, so now I'm gonna go in with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. And just press, press. Now, my foundation that I use claims that it has a concealer built into it. So, did I really need to do this? No, but it's just one of my routines. And it is a shade lighter than my actual foundation, so it's gonna brighten up my under eye. Sounds like Fez is kicking Jackie out. So I'm gonna soften that up and not make it look super juicy because we don't want to look like we just got out of the shower. So we'll take the other side of the beauty blender that had like no product and we'll just kind of press all along the face. And then I used to not even do any contour or highlighting or blush. I literally would like, ready for school. What a time to be alive. All right, so now that I kind of mattified my face a little bit with my sponge, I'm gonna go in with my Kat Von D Lock-It powder, loose powder, and I'm going to get a, okay, chill out. We're going to get a powder brush and just come along here and set that so the foundation does not move. I'm like a vampire, I'm so pale. Need some fun in the sun. All right, so now that I feel like I'm pretty set to do some bronzer, I'm gonna I'm gonna take my everyday bronzer that I use by Victoria Duke Beauty, same one here. I'm gonna take this and swipe, kind of giving myself a mini facelift here. And we're gonna just rub back and forth, flick up, just kind of feather that up a little bit. Do the same to the other. Go around the edge of my jawline, and we're gonna go on the edge of my hairline just to kind of warm up my face a little bit. Now, as you can see, I'm still gonna shadow that in. That's just like the very last thing because my under eye crease. It happens. So let's see. Are we almost the same as my background? Not yet. All right, now I'm gonna go in with my blush that I use every single day. Victoria Duke Beauty, this one here. I just feel like it fits best with my skin tone. I'm very fair skinned, so the lighter the pink, it looks a little bit more coming within than it does like just plopping it on there. And I forgot to contour my nose. Now we're gonna take that Morphe highlighter that we have. This one's called Extra. Ow. Oh, okay. And we're just gonna take our fan brush and fan across it and just highlight the heck out of our face. All right, so here's where the fun part begins. Let's not mess this up. So I'm gonna take this brush here. It's Live Beautifully. And it's from, it's an eye smudger pencil. It's from Ulta. So I'm gonna take a little bit of that purple and that red color. So that dark purple that we used earlier, actually, you know what? I'm gonna use the second purple color, this one right here, that second transition color. And I'm gonna just add a little bit of product to it, flick it off. And then, well, first I'm gonna reset because as you can see, I'm creasing here. So I'm gonna just take my sponge and soften it because we do want it a little bit smoked out. I don't want it to be like perfectly straight. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pack that and smudge back and forth, come in the inner corner and work my way back. And I'm going to bring it down a little low because once again, this is how I used to wear my makeup in high school. All right, now that we have that done, I'm going to use a little bit of this red color that we have. The same one that we put in our inner corner. Take the tiniest little bit, and we're not gonna put any setting powder on it because we don't want it to be super metallic. We just want a little bit of a pop, and we'll turn it to the side. And what we'll do is we'll just kind of smudge it. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and apply some lashes. These are the Ardell lashes using Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive. All right, so now we're gonna add some mascara. All right, so we'll just use a little. Hey guys, so this is the finished look right here of how I used to do my makeup all through middle school, well, the end of middle school and through high school. I definitely have learned some new techniques over the years, so it does look slightly different than how I used to wear it, but that is all thanks to how the makeup industry has evolved over the years. It's a lot easier, I feel like, to do this now versus using this tiny little eyeshadow thing with this little thingy here. So it definitely doesn't take as long as it used to. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, also give it a thumbs up because you are supportive. If you did, however, enjoy this video, just give it a thumbs up. No, I'm just kidding. So I hope you enjoyed this video and thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Peace out. Sweet dreams.